After going to the gym and reading the XXXL article in class, I became curious as to why obesity occurs and what measures can be taken to prevent this increasing global epidemic. I thought the answer was simple, obviously. It does, but it turned out to be more complex than the more I researched. My question generated more questions such as what kind of exercise? Are obesity rates really rising? Could exercise help genetically linked obesity? According to the article, The Role of Physical Exercise in Obesity and Diabetes, the definition of obesity is a body mass index of greater than or equal to 30 kilograms per square meter. Obesity can be caused by many things, such as food addiction, side effects of medication, or genetics, according to the article shown here. I was taken back by the fact that obesity can be genetically induced, and I ignorantly thought that it was only environmental. I decided to dig deeper into the genetics of obesity and tried to find out if exercise could really prevent this kind of obesity. I read multiple medical articles, and it boiled down to me needing a PhD and an expertise in genetics to fully comprehend the data and the research that I was reading. But from what I could understand, there's a gene called FTO that is linked to obesity worldwide. The FTO gene increases the risk of obesity in everybody by 20 to 30%. Those carrying at least one copy of the gene have an increased risk. I also found that 3/4 of European and African Americans have the gene, and 28 to 44% of all Asian descendants carry the gene as well. After learning all this, I came to class during our time to discuss our projects with our partners, and Josue reminded me that I had missed two very important questions. How specifically does physical exercise help obesity, and what types of exercise can help? I spoke to Rick Bannon, a personal trainer and strength coach, who got his master's degree in exercise physiology at the University of Virginia and has helped several obese people lose weight while working at a gym during grad school. I interviewed him about his experiences while helping those clients lose weight.
So my obese clients typically exercised on treadmills or bicycles, depending on what their capability was starting out. There were a few of them that were limited just due to strength, their strength to be able to do prolonged exercise. They didn't even have that strength. So some clients, being extremely obese, can't walk for long periods of time. So they have to be on a recumbent bike. So you're supporting that body weight, but also getting large muscle groups to work for prolonged periods of time, which is the key. So you have to consider that first and foremost. If that particular person has the ability to maintain a good pace walking, if they have that strength, and if not, then typically they would start off like an recumbent bike. So it's always going to be, for an obese client, prolonged cardiovascular type of exercises on a modality that they can handle musculoskeletally. So if they have the strength to do a particular modality. So as they get stronger, they can go to more advanced things like maybe a Stairmaster, maybe walking and incline, things like that. But typically start off from lower level stuff. Obesity. So preventing obesity starts with really accounting for your personal practices, whether it be what you eat, food quality wise, the amount you eat, when you eat, as well as your exercise habits. So it really comes down to taking into account your fitness habits and making those adjustments in order to attain that negative caloric balance. Okay. So physical activity allows your body to lose weight by creating a caloric imbalance. So what you do is you're trying to create that negative caloric balance. Doing that through eating alone doesn't work, as your body metabolism will adjust somewhat. So it's got to be a combination of exercise and diet. And what eventually happens is that you're burning those calories, so you're creating an environment where the calories stored, the calories being consumed, are being utilized because you're burning them through exercise. And what happens with that is you have this period of time, depending on how long and how hard you exercise, where your metabolism is actually raised because you've got everything that's all ramped up from the exercise, and now you're kind of downshifting. And as you continue to do that more and more and more, you've got that post-exercise calorie burning going on that you wouldn't have prior to being in an exercise program. Okay. So physical activity allows your body to lose weight by creating a caloric imbalance. So what you do is you're trying to create that negative caloric balance. Doing that through eating alone doesn't work, as your body metabolism will adjust somewhat. So it's got to be a combination of exercise and diet. And what eventually happens is that you're burning those calories, so you're creating an environment where the calories stored, the calories being consumed, are being utilized because you're burning them through exercise. And what happens with that is you have this period of time, depending on how long and how hard you exercise, where your metabolism is actually raised because you've got everything that's all ramped up from the exercise, and now you're kind of downshifting. And as you continue to do that more and more and more, you've got that post-exercise calorie burning going on that you wouldn't have prior to being in an exercise program.
Although those with predispositions to obesity can become obese more easily than other people, just simply exercising can reduce the risk to practically nothing.